All right, back with a new week, guys. Today we have a general warm-up. Today's warm-up is pretty cool. It serves two purposes. So we're gonna learn burpee pacing. Okay, we all hate burpees, but I think it's most of it's because we don't know how to pace. Okay, so you're gonna see in the warm-up here that there's doing a burpee on different pace times of seconds. So we're gonna start pretty conservatively, and we're gonna show you what it looks like to do the burpees on these seconds. And starting conservatively, we're gonna go one every 7 seconds. So I'm gonna count this for M. We'll just do examples for you here so it's not too long, but M's gonna go in 3, 2, 1, burpee. 2, 1, burpee. And burpee. And that's every 7 seconds, okay? Now we're gonna go to every 5 seconds. Ready, and 2, 1, burpee. 2, 1, burpee. 1, burpee. Cool, and now we're gonna go to every 3 seconds. Ready, Ab?
Yep.
Okay, we'll give you a little bit of a rest here, 5 seconds, and 3, 2, 1, burpee. 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 And you get the point of that one, but we're gonna see now how long M can sustain a burpee every 2 seconds, okay? We'll give her a little rest here. She's gonna go in 5 seconds, go every 2 seconds. I'll keep my eye on the clock. Ready, go. Burpee. 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 So that's pretty tough. Nice job. So that's your warm-up. It's gonna warm you up, but it's also gonna teach you kind of pacing on burpees. You can use that when you have a clock in front of you on your next burpee workout. Use the clock, be consistent with them, and depending on how many burpees, you adjust your pace time, all right? That's gonna look different for everybody. Now to our mobility. Em's gonna pick up her kettlebell in a goblet squat fashion. She's gonna squat down to full depth, and she's gonna shift over to one side, just biasing that ankle, keeping her heel down on the floor, and then to the other side, spend 10 seconds down there, and then she's gonna shift back to the center, and then she's gonna come up partially, so just over parallel, and then back down. We're gonna do that 3 times, spending 10 seconds in the bottom, kind of shifting our load back and forth to each ankle. Always back to the center, and then back down, back and forth.
And then up.
And then up. And that's our mobility for the day. All right, so nice posterior chain specific warm up for you guys today. So I'm going to show you the 3 movements. We're starting with the Romanian deadlift plus a reach. Okay, so make sure on this one that you have that soft bend in the knee in order to keep your hips square. And show one where you're too straight in the knee. Okay, see how her hips leaned to the side there? And she's kind of like a dog lifting the leg up to take a pee. We don't want the hips to be like that. We want them to be square. So to keep them square and to keep proper engagement loading through the hamstring, we want to have a soft bend in the knee, just like we would for a deadlift. We're reaching with the same arm and touching a couple feet in front of our toe. All right, next movement, it's an iso. We're gonna go Bulgarian split squat hold. So Em's gonna go down to the depth of her Bulgarian split squat. She's gonna contract through her core, through her hamstring, and through both feet, creating that nice tight stability through the floor. 20-second hold per leg. All right, that's good there, Em. One thing you should note is that Em was sitting nice and tall behind her knee there. We always want that when we're splitting our legs in a lunge of any kind. Last one here is going to be an RDL airplane. Same principle as the reach. okay? And then we want to get the arms out in a T like an airplane. It actually helps a lot if we retract the scap and squeeze through the scap to create the tension in the posterior chain, okay? So if you can't really see the visual, but Em's really pinching through her scap to create that stability. And it's also gonna help to create that stability in her core. Nice. All right, so we're back to our squat cycle today with our part A weightlifting, but we're not squatting, okay? So in any squat cycle, we need to be diligent on strengthening the posterior chain, specifically the glute and the hamstring. So we're doing 4 per side front rack lunges. So if you don't have a rack, you can easily clean your bar, power clean it up, and you should be able to power clean an ideal weight for your lunges. Okay, so when you're taking your lunge step, you're gonna watch Em take her step. She's gonna sit behind her knee and she's gonna drive back up like we talked about on the Bulgarian squat hold, but she's gonna control the way down like a tempo and drive back up. That control is gonna help strengthen the chain. We don't wanna collapse down. I'm not even gonna have Em demo it for you because I don't want to subject her to that. But you're gonna control, you're gonna take your step, you're gonna control and brace, and then you're gonna drive up. One thing to note, okay, is if Em stays where she's at, when you're just standing, it's good to picture your torso like a stack of boxes, because that's essentially what your vertebrae in your spine are. Each vertebrae is a little mini box stacked on top of each other, and just when we stack boxes up, if you want them to be stable, you want them in a nice straight line. So in order to stack her spine properly and Em to be properly engaged, we want her torso to be tight and straight. Okay, like if we had boxes on top of each other, we don't want them leaning any direction or broken in any part. All right, so Em's gonna take her step, keeping her boxes stacked. She's gonna tap and go. Okay, that's all part of the control. So spreading the floor apart with her feet and keeping those boxes stacked. There's your lunges, guys. All right, I've got a cool little triplet for you guys today. So today's METCON. We're gonna do an EMOM 90 seconds. So we're gonna do all 3 of these movements every 90 seconds for 9 minutes. So that's 6 rounds. Then at the 9-minute mark, we're gonna do the same rounds as a 4-minute AMRAP. Okay, so the whole point of this workout is to put you on a pace and then have you at the 9-minute mark just unleash, okay? So if you bite off more than you can chew and you're fighting to get these EMOMs in, the AMRAP it's not gonna be productive. You're not gonna learn pacing, you're just gonna learn how to have a quick death. So what we wanna do is we wanna make sure that we set this workout up appropriately and scale it appropriately so that we can gain the stimulus. And that is, it should be a pretty tough workout, but not the toughest workout you've ever done, to stick to that 90-second window for 6 rounds. And then we should be able to kind of like send it pretty hard on those 4 minutes, getting faster than 90 seconds per round in the final 4 minutes. Okay? So, our movements today. We have strict chest to bar pull-up. Okay? We're gonna utilize an underhand grip today, just because an underhand grip is very underrated in CrossFit specifically. It transfers over to so much. When we pull in a ring muscle up specifically, a rope climb, that's an underhand grip pull up. That's the same motor patterns, the same muscle recruitment. So we want to strengthen this for transferability, but also because we don't get to pull like this a lot, okay? So I'm gonna go underhand grip. She's gonna make sure she's locked out and she's gonna touch her chest to the bar. You'll notice it's easier, should be easier to touch your chest to the bar this way rather than a pronated grip. Okay, so we're gonna go 6 of those. When Em's done 6, she comes down. We don't have a GHD, so kids, don't do this at home. We would never do this for the workout, but I just want to show you a point of performance here on the GHD. So if you can imagine she's on the glute hand developer machine, okay, and her butt is sitting on top of the pad, okay? I'm just gonna go back and she's gonna show you, and she's going to go back and overarch, stop. You see this arching here? We do not want that. That's a big no. Bessie's gonna edit this and write a big X through this. That's a big no-no, okay? We need to keep our hollow body, and Em's not gonna be able to do it here. If I say, Em, go back to the top, re-engage yourself, stay hollow, and hold your hollow. She can't. It's impossible, okay? Because her butt is pinned and wedged, and her back is not gonna be able to sustain the hollow position. So what do? We need to move, if you can visualize the GHD, we need to move the pad closer. It's gonna feel harder, yes, but you're gonna move the pad closer to your knee, not your butt. So if you have your knee and your butt, the pad's gonna be closer. It's gonna feel very close. It's gonna feel very awkward, but our knee is gonna be now on top of the pad, on top of that apex of the pad, and our butt is actually gonna be off of the pad. Our hamstring is gonna go on the down slope, and then Em is gonna fire her legs nice and hard, holding on the way up. On the way down, she's gonna be able to brace and hold the hollow, okay? So big deal when you're doing GHD sit-ups, not to overextend the back. And if even that doesn't help, then just reduce the range of motion, okay? It's a very potent machine. All right, next movement, sled pushes. Not all of us have a sled in the best of times. So how do you adapt? You can push literally anything. Go out, get your partner or whoever to steer a car. You can push a car. You can push flip your favorite dining room table upside down, put some weight on it and scratch it all up and push that. But we're gonna push our box with a weight on top of it. Now, there's a leverage point in the sled push. Okay, so I'm just gonna let Em do her thing. She's gonna get nice and close to the box. She's gonna push it nice and close. See if she can push it. Okay, really tough. Okay, and stop. Okay, if you saw her legs there, they were very close. Okay, normally with barbells and things, we are it's in our nature as CrossFitters to want things close to our bodies. This, to gain leverage, we need to be feet far away from the box, okay? Or whatever apparatus we have. We need to be tight through the core. Remember that stacking, and we need to lean our body weight into the box, kind of like a tire flip, and then we're gonna dig and push. See that? And we hit the lip of the mat, okay? So use what you have, make that 50-foot sled push fairly difficult, so that you can't just, just go and it's easy. Try to get some weight on there so that you have to gain some momentum, and then just keep those feet turning. Turn over those feet to carry that momentum over. All right, guys, have fun with this one. Make sure you understand something about pacing when you're done.